Mikel Arteta has gone ahead and spoken a little bit about Bayern Munich as we wait for his press conference tomorrow down in Munich before this game of course is going to be played on Wednesday. Arteta has gone ahead obviously offer a snippet onto what he thinks a solution for Arsenal to go through into the semi-finals should be when they are playing against Bayern Munich. Jurgen Klopp was asked on whether he's still in the title race or not. He went ahead to give us a very pretty simple answer, and Pep Guardiola is a little bit afraid ahead of the game of Real Madrid at the stadium of Etihad on Wednesday. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. Hope you guys are really having fun. This is the Football News Show, and we're here to bring you the latest news and information as far everything is really concerned. And Rokani David is my name. And guys, I hope you're really having fun. Wherever you are, second video of the day, continue to subscribe and see how things are really gonna go on. I know Arsenal fans, it's not really good, and Man United fans and Liverpool fans, the weekend never went on as planned, but nevertheless, we do what? We move on, not so? So, let's get into what Arteta had to say. The Muslims, Barakallahu fikum, with the Christians, we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. And let's start it off with this story coming in through from Mikel Arteta on lifting the mood ahead of Bayern Munich. Now, this is what he offered as a solution for Arsenal ahead of the game of Bayern Munich. Remember, Arsenal need to really either draw to go to penalties or really beat Bayern Munich to really go through. And he said, after losing any game, frustrated and sad, but as I said, we have a big opportunity, an opportunity that hasn't happened at this club for 14 years to get to the semi-finals of the Champions League. So it cannot come in a better moment. So he's like, Arsenal needs to do something different to go through to the semi-finals. I think he has gone ahead to get it wrong. It's not 14 years since Arsenal last played in the semi-final. I think Arsenal last... Oh, I think it is. But it was 2008, 2009 when they lost to Man United 1-0 in the first leg and 3-1 in the second leg. I remember very well in the first leg it was John O'Shea that scored. The second leg it was Ronaldo, Park Jin-sung, and I think Wayne Rooney. You know, so that was in 2009. So how many years from then? Those are 15 years. 2024, 15 years since Arsenal last played in the semi-final with Man United. I still remember it like yesterday. So he said they have a beautiful opportunity. Obviously, they have a beautiful opportunity because the game is really 0-0. It's like the first half, like he said. They need to go down to Bayern Munich and really put in a shift that we think their quality can obviously come out and really do. But we all know the problem. Arsenal has just gone ahead to lose to the side of Aston Villa, and the momentum is really down. So that's what Arteta is talking about, that they need to rise up to the occasion. After rising up to the occasion, they need to obviously get themselves going to see they obviously get to where they deserve to be as a side of Arsenal. So for me, I'm really excited onto those games that are going to be played tomorrow at Wednesday, and Arteta is really having a very good go in there for you. And he has talked about an opportunity that hasn't happened at the club, obviously, but the beautiful thing is that they're having players that have already gone ahead to do it in the Champions League. Zinchenko, Kai Havertz, Jorginho, Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus has ever lifted his side to the semi-finals and the finals of the UEFA Champions League. Zinchenko has also gone ahead to do the same. For Kai Havertz and Jorginho, they've already gone ahead to win themselves that game of football. So I really understand exactly what really went ahead to happen to Arsenal, and they're having players that can raise up to the the occasion. But the huge question is, can they find themselves in a position of not doing the mistakes they've gone ahead to do in the previous two games to concede 4? When did you last see Arsenal concede 4 goals into consecutive games? You know, now Arteta was asked about what I've gone ahead to talk about right now, about the mistakes they've gone ahead to do to concede goals in the previous games. He has said when the opponent capitalizes on those errors, sometimes those errors have been there, but they didn't score, and weeks have gone by and nobody talked about it. They are part of football, but unfortunately, they capitalized as well onto that, and it's certainly something to improve to give us a better chance to win the game. So, Arteta is like confirming to us that these mistakes have always and always gonna hate to happen. That's what Arteta says. But all what is expected from the team of Arsenal is simple: to really capitalize onto those mistakes and onto them to obviously go through. And when your best pairing that is not going to hit to be conceding goals starts conceding goals, the confidence drops. That is it. The confidence drops a little bit. And that is what we are really going to really talk about in the next game as I bring you the match preview tomorrow on how they have all what it takes to really get through to the next round of the Champions League. They need to minimize the number of goals that really cross their line. Imagine if at all Arsenal had gone ahead to win that game of football against Bayern Munich by 2-1. Do you know what would have been into the minds of Arsenal people? Let's go to Allianz Arena. Let's avoid defeat. Let's look in for a draw. And if at all we fish out a draw, the rest is going to be history. So, Arteta has gone ahead to offer us a solution to the Bayern Munich game. Simple. Let Arsenal not concede stupid goals. Let goals that are supposed to go in. Because when you look at the goals they conceded against Bayern Munich and the goals they conceded against Aston Villa, they are not goals that were well crafted that could go in against any team. These goals were just mistakes that were really put up. In the game of Bayern Munich, Gabriel Magalhaes misplacing the first pass. In the second half, for the second goal, you saw what happened. He found himself in a position of not killing off or fouling that guy. That is, Jakub Kiwior would have gone ahead to get hold of that player. That is Leroy Sane, and he didn't. And Leroy Sane went ahead to rise up to the occasion, and he really put in a very beautiful shift. So, the solution has been offered. Arsenal has to do the needful. Though it was a bad day in office for them not to go ahead and really score goals against Aston Villa, but they created the chances. But what led to their beating? It's because they failed to defend, and them failing to defend costed them the game. So he's like, Arsenal shouldn't give out cheap goals against Bayern Munich, and if that's the case, then they won't really find themselves in a position of really losing a game like that, and they will be able to go through to the semi-finals. Now, Klopp was asked onto the title, potentially on the title race, potentially over for his team. He said the answer is pretty easy. If we play like that in first half, why would we win the league? Play like the second half and we can win games. Win games, be around until the end, and we'll see where it takes us. So he's like, he was disappointed in the way his team played in the first half, but I think the entire half they never really did great. They really lacked that third gear. They played in the first and second gear, and they needed to obviously get out of the complacencies, because all the misses they got, it's being complacent. You know, if you're so much focused in a game of football like that, you are supposed to obviously kill off that game. Even when Salah had a chance to really take that shot when he was facing goal, he was not even thinking about a defender coming behind him. Yet we know to it that Salah's consciousness is really high and huge when it comes to those moments. And I tell you, he never at any one time misses out on chances. But I understand what the manager is going in through. And this is what a very good manager will tell you, that if you are to win the title, you need to play like a champion. And yesterday, Liverpool never played like a champion. They played like amateurs. And they deserve to be where they are because they knew to it that they had a chance to beat. They had a chance to beat the side of Crystal Palace, but they really went ahead to down tools, as I told you. They down tools, and that is really very, very, very bad for the side of Liverpool, because that was a golden moment for them to really go a little bit high and really keep themselves in that area of being 1 point ahead of Manchester City. Now, for Manchester City, their manager, Pep Guardiola, looks like he's in the mood because they are going to be playing the side of Real Madrid on Wednesday, and he was asked on Real Madrid, and he said They surprised us in the first leg with positions of players, and we have to take a look. Carlo Ancelotti, with his experience, can do something differently, and we have to be prepared. But at the moment, try to impose and put pressure. So they were surprised in Real Madrid on how the movements were, but I think they had a total domination. The only solution that he should find for Real Madrid is how they transit. They are a transitional team. Trust me, Real Madrid with Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo, they are one of the best transitional teams in Europe, and you can really debate about it, but I think they're really one of the best because of their way of scoring. When you look at the 3 goals they scored against Man City, 2 of those were really because of Vinicius Jr. transiting very well, and he went ahead to release Rodrigo and was it Carvajal that went ahead to obviously go in for that half volley into the back of net to make it 3-3. So they really went ahead to put in a shift, and their energy was really felt. But he's like trying to come up with a better plan to stop the side of Real Madrid from knocking them out. And I've gone ahead to see people all afraid that Man City might find themselves in a position of really going in through to obviously play in the Champions League final and really compete for a treble again. Winning a treble back-to-back has never gone ahead to be done by a manager, and he's going to be the first manager. And no doubt, he's the best manager in the world, but I think it's really going to be hard for him to defend 3 of those trophies because he has the Premier League of last season, he has the FA Cup, beat Man United by 2-1 at Wembley, and then he also went ahead to obviously beat Inter Milan in the final of the Champions League. And who is standing in his way? Arsenal or Bayern Munich, and Barcelona, PSG, all Borussia Dortmund and Atletico Madrid. So out of those teams, Pep Guardiola finds himself in a better position to obviously take them on and see what better plan is really gonna be applied on Wednesday to take on Real Madrid. Tomorrow, I'll be bringing you the match preview and the predicted starting 11 for those games into the mix, because you know how we do it. But looks like he is holding this guy with a lot of respect. That is Carlo Ancelotti. So guys, your thoughts onto Bayern Munich Arteta finding the Bayern Munich solution are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Pep Guardiola hinting onto how tactically good Carlo Ancelotti is? And lastly, your thoughts onto Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool potentially out of the title race, because Man City is ahead of any of those teams by 2 points. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani remains my name. But remember, over the weekend, these 2 teams have a chance to obviously go back to the top of the table, because Man City is going to be playing into the FA Cup on Saturday, meaning that they'll have to wait until they play against Brighton and see what results are really gonna be put up on the final score sheet. I sign out. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. This is the channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as everything is concerned. We out. Ciao, ciao. Don't forget to subscribe. I want to hit 21,000 subscribers. I've gone ahead to see people subscribing here hugely. So continue to obviously spread the love, and there is no way we'll fail to reciprocate back the same positive energy that you do. Second video, more is yet to come. Chelsea is taking on Everton. The lineups are going to be out in the next 20 minutes, and I might come live to obviously bring you the confirmed starting 11 for this team. Ciao, ciao.